Sponsored in part by 4-Wheel Campers, freedom on 4 wheels. After successfully custom fabricating the blue bottom rear window frame for Figure K10 in part 1, I moved onward into uncharted waters, driven by the quest for perseverance, cutting, shaping, welding, grinding my way around this old Squarebody window frame. And now, the remainder of a 5-month School of Hard Knocks journey. So just like the bottom windowsill, this is rotting from the outside in. What I'm going to try and do, I think, is keep the top border on this lower portion below the seam here. Create a patch panel that'll be kind of the keystone for the top here and weld that across there.
A couple passes with a sanding disc knocked down remaining surface rust. I used a contour gauge to capture the shape for the patch panel I'd be making to restore the cargo light area.
What I've done here is I've created the bead. You can see here. This is just using a flat hammer and pieces of scrap steel. I carved about a 45-degree angle on that piece, and this is how I achieved the bead here. So if this is our piece, now you can see the first step has been created, and that's that seam that runs along there, the bead. So now I got to go ahead and bend this back and follow that pattern. That fits a bit better now. All I have to do is bend in this S contour, and this will be the end of the pinch seam right about here.
This scrap square tube corner radius was perfect for the next 2 bends to finish.
So the piece is more or less in the right shape now, except for one final thing. And that is, how do I deal with the slight arc? So with the shrinker, I'm going to use it and press along this pinch seam here, try to draw it in. Just patience. Just gonna go back and forth. It's a smooth arc, so you wouldn't want to press hard in just one or a couple spots. You want to spread it evenly. So this is about as close as I'm going to get it for now. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the old piece and try to fit this in. I'm sure I'm going to have to fine tune this to fit correctly. So after cutting this out, I knew I was gonna have to replace this inner lip, but I thought I was gonna do it after I fix all this side. However, I see that the rust, the deep rust, has gone in over this curve. So I'm gonna actually have to cut this out first, weld in a new lip here, and then put this piece on and kind of work my way back and forth each side doing that. I cleaned all the metal off here and I need to spray it with rust reformer, but before I do that I need to actually weld and lay a bead down for this interior flange here because it's only tack welded in. Okay, prepped and ready to go. See the flange side. You can see this piece now fits in nicely. This keystone piece is fully in place now. It's also spot welded from the inside, so it's sturdy. Building this inner pinch seam for the top windowsill. You can see it's a couple pieces here. I'm actually going to cut this piece out next. Probably use this. I'll go ahead and weld these up once I put the other piece on this side. Alright, this is all prepped and ready to go to be sealed up with the piece that I made, handmade here. It's gonna go in roughly like that. So this piece is now tack welded in place out here, and I also spot welded it on the inside. Here's a piece I bent, and now I'm going to go use the shrinker spreader tools to create an arc. But you can see the inside does have some rot, so I might cut down to here, place this on the inside here. This is the Dremel tool, and I like these easy cut wheels they have. That fits on, then you turn it and it locks into place and you're good to go. These cut a really nice thin line and don't put a lot of heat into the metal, so that prevents warping. Mark where the original spot welds were.
With the finish line in sight, I moved on to replacing the first patch I had made in part 1 that was flawed. I set the camera down to enjoy my handiwork fabricating and welding the final pieces in on the upper window frame. My friend Paul Blandino stopped by a few times along the way to help save some hours welding and grinding, with pending camper install date only 2 months away.